Hello friends, today I am going to discuss one of the most important concept in microeconomics, that is break-even analysis. It is important in the sense that it helps the business person to achieve the target profit. So what is break-even point? Break-even point is that point where total revenue is equal to total cost. Then what is total revenue and what is total cost? So that will be discussed in detail, but take an example to know what is break-even point. Suppose a business person sells more than 500 chairs, he makes profit, and if he sells less than 500 chairs, he incurs loss. So definitely if he sells 500 chairs, there will be no profit and no loss for the person. That is why in this case 500 chair will be the break-even quantity. Now let us come back to the mathematical interpretation to the break-even point, that is the point where total revenue is equal to total cost. Now what is total revenue? Total revenue means total income from the business, that is P multiplied by Q. So here P stands for price of the commodity and Q stands for number of quantity sold. Suppose price of a commodity is 500 rupees and the person sells 10 chairs or that particular commodity, his total revenue will be 500 multiplied by 10, that is 5,000. Now come to the total cost. So total cost is equal to total fixed cost and total variable cost. Now what is total fixed cost? Total fixed cost which is independent at any level of output, because fixed cost is always constant. For your business, suppose you are incurring fixed cost as well as the variable cost, where fixed cost remains for a particular period of time, which is called the short period of time exactly. But now come to the variable cost. The variable cost varies with output. When output increases, the business person incurs the cost which is otherwise known as the variable cost. Now come to the break-even point. That we were talking about, the break-even point is that point where total revenue is equal to total cost. That implies P multiplied by Q is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. That implies P multiplied by Q is equal to total fixed cost plus, instead of total variable cost, we can say average variable cost multiplied by number of quantities sold. So if you go on analyzing this or interpreting this equation, you can come to the conclusion that break-even point is that quantity where total fixed cost divided by P minus average variable cost. Now we got the conclusion, that is break-even quantity is equal to, or break-even point is equal to total fixed cost divided by price per unit minus variable cost per unit. You can take some numerical values to justify this problem. Like let us take an example. Suppose fixed cost for a hotel is 1,40,000, price per tourist is 800, and average variable cost means variable cost per unit of tourist is 100 rupees. Now let us calculate the break-even quantity or break-even tourist. So very simply you can apply the formula total fixed cost divided by P minus ABC. It will be 1,40,000 divided by 800 minus 100, it will be 200. Now the break-even tourist for the hotel, that is 200. So if the hotel accommodates 200 tourists, there will be no profit or no loss for the hotel. So again next part is that how to achieve the target profit. Suppose being the manager of that particular hotel and you are assigned to achieve the target profit of rupees 40,000. So, you can apply this very simple formula to get the profit, that is total fixed cost plus target profit divided by P minus ABC. There is also graphical representation analysis or graphical analysis for the break even point. So, we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.